Ideas Inspired Information Podcast powered by Loke Enterprise. Here's your host, Braxton Holly.
Worship on Wednesday. We here.
Let's go.
All right, this is the last Wednesday of the month. I think. Let me double check that, because you know the 28 days in this month, and you know if you start on the wrong Wednesday,
I ain't got no haircut yet.
you be messed up. But yeah, this is the last Wednesday of the month.
I like you.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, if I'm gonna wear the same shirt and jacket every week, I got to do something.
Gotta at least switch up.
You know, I got to do something.
Bro, that's hilarious.
But I thank you, man. You know, my sister actually got this for me a few Christmases ago. It was like a box
Come on.
with some ties and handkerchiefs and stuff in it. So I said, you know,
Yeah.
let the blessing be shown.
Come on. Let God be true quickly.
February 23rd. This is the last Wednesday, and we're going to do a little bit of worship. And this is the last part of our Relationship with Jesus series. And I'm going to break it into you. We're going to talk about friends and family and that relationship. And those relationships can be life-changing because, you know, some people lose and gain friends. I mean, you can't really lose and gain your family, but you can lose that relationship that you have with them by it being something that, you know, is opposite magnets.
Right.
You know,
Right.
y'all can't fix it, but, you know, Jesus.
Jesus can fix it.
Fix it, Jesus. Jesus can fix it. Yeah. That's all you got to do.
Thanks.
Right.
Yes, sir.
How you been doing, man?
I've been good, man.
How was I don't want to say how it was because I was there, but how do you feel like the conference was?
Bro, it was stupid.
Hey.
It was stupid. Kids were saved. We had more people than what we thought. God moved. I preached. My boy Demetrius preached. My boy Ryan Wade preached. I mean, it was just a great time. Teenagers had a good time. College students had. I mean, if y'all wasn't there, you just missed.
Hey, I might even drop a clip in
missed it.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay. But I enjoyed being there, man. I enjoyed the relationship that we've grown and had over the past year at this point.
Yeah.
It's been good, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey.
We've been rocking and rolling,
Hey,
bro.
we learned a lot about each other.
Yes,
now.
sir. We done traveled the world together.
Travel the world. All around the world.
We done drove
I
long
don't know
car
that
rides,
long.
all the above.
Long.
So it's been a great relationship.
Ryan did most of the driving. I appreciate it. Man.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. But let's hop into friends and family.
Yes, sir.
I want to hop in and just ask a quick question.
Yeah.
How do you mend a relationship that has been tainted by something, by just using Jesus, allowing Jesus to become that mending point?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of long-term relationships that have been hurt by something, but you just need a little Jesus in it.
Well, if it just needs a little Jesus in it, I think that's different. But I think to get to even more to the root of it, I think, bro, one, always your relationship with God. And so remember grace. So as you have grace, look and try to see their point of view.
Okay.
What do y'all have beef about, and what do they have beef about with you, and be self-reflecting, you know, in that. So what did I do wrong? Was there anything that I said? Was there anything that I could have said better, you know, in this particular situation? You know, what happened? What was going on? You know, just try to be self-reflecting, I think. And then from there, bro, I think you just got to talk. A lot of people, especially in the South, I don't know if wherever you watching from, but in the South, we are very passive-aggressive. And we do not we like to be real shady about stuff instead of just saying open and honestly, like, yo, bro, you offended me. This is what you offended me about. Hey, sis, you offended me. We don't like to do that. So we just like to secretly tuck that in. And then one day, you know,
Everything
they might
come
do
out.
something. And, you know, that was simple. And everything come out. They hate your guts. They hate you. Like, oh,
Like
man,
that lady, everything came out on your
All
face.
I try to do is get an apple off your
Yeah.
plate. Now
Yeah.
you about to fight me.
Yeah, that's what that
Now
lady
you
did
always
to
trying
you.
to do X, Y, and Z, and then all that stuff come out. And
Y'all
so
see you ignoring me. That lady put everything on that man's face, man.
But no, I think that it has to be even more practical. So yes, Jesus does play a role in mending things, but you also play a role. So faith without works is dead.
Amen.
It can be mended. That's where the faith comes in at. God can heal that relationship with the friend or with family. But we got to be self-reflecting. What did we do? If we didn't do anything, are we willing to show grace as Christ has shown grace? Beyond that, are we willing to talk about it? Are we willing to confront them about it? Hey, this offended me. Or, hey, I see, like, when we get into the room together, there's definitely some tension here, and I don't want there to be tension. Let's talk about it. Let's be real and honest about it. And so there definitely is a part where they have to play as well. And so if you want something to be healed, you got to go through those steps. Prayer, God, let me make sure me and you good. Secondly, let me make sure I'm giving grace. Let me make sure I'm self-reflecting. Let me evaluate the situation. Third, I gotta make the step to talk, because a lot of people don't do that. They just hold that grudge, and they hold stuff against people that sometimes people don't even know. And so it's like, yo, you got to be able to go to them, and you got to be able to have that conversation. I remember even with my friend, he didn't even know we was beefing. I had all this eternal stuff that I felt like passively once again that he was doing, and I was like, bro, why is he doing certain stuff like this? And we ended up going to breakfast, and I confronted him about it, and some of it took him off guard, some of it didn't. And we good friends, and we just hashing it out at breakfast. I mean, white folks looking, they scared, like, are these two black men about to shoot each other? No, we're not. But we was just hashing it out. And at the end of it, we got an understanding, bro, and we closer now more than we ever been. But even at the end of that conversation, he was like, he looked like he was super mad, and I was like, what's up? And he was like, man, I'm just mad at the devil, because if we would have never had this conversation, you just would have kept feeling like that. I would have never known the stuff that I was doing. We just would have and then we just would have had this awkward tension because we just never talked about it. And so I think that we have to be able to talk, bro. So we can put because Christians are the worst at this. We can put Jesus all on it, Jesus this, Jesus that. Are you going to be able to go over there and talk to that person? You can't say that you love Jesus and you won't even talk to your friend. You won't even talk to your family member. You won't even talk to your dad or your mom. You got to mend that relationship. So
I think that sometimes we need that conflict and confrontation in order to strengthen that bond, because that misunderstanding that you might have might be a completely different misunderstanding than I have.
Exactly.
And we mad at each other about two different things.
Two totally different things.
And now we got to talk about it, and now we good.
Right.
And now we good.
Exactly. Because we get an understanding. We get
Yeah.
an understanding of each other. And so Jesus definitely plays a role in that. But really, man, a lot of times when we are beefing with somebody else, it's a lot of it is on us. A lot of it is on us. And so Jesus says, the Bible says that if you have an alt against your brother, or if you got a problem against your brother, put your gift on the altar. What you was going to give God, put that on the altar and go fix that first. Yeah. Before you come up in church, start worshiping and speaking in tongues and all that stuff, God say, forget all that right now. Yeah. You got an alt against your brother. You need to go fix that first. Yeah. And so I think that is something that we got to do better, even as a community of believers, is having a better relationship with other people and learning how to talk, learning how not to be passive aggressive, and to genuinely just talking like, hey, man, and it's okay even as men or even as different people to say, you hurt my feelings in this. Yeah. We don't like to say that. We hate that. We hate to say you hurt my feelings. But genuinely, sometimes, most of the time when you're offended, your feelings got hurt. Yeah. So say that, man, 100%. Braxton, man, you hurt my feelings, man, when you did X, Y, and Z, bro. And I just wanted to come to you and just talk about it. And he might be like, bro, I didn't even know. Yeah. I had no idea. And some people, they be like, I did know, and this is why I did it, and da. And you got to be okay with that response too, and still try to get to the root of the problem. And so, absolutely. Yeah, in order to have peace, sometimes there must, actually, let's not say that in America. In order to have peace, you must have conflict. Let's not say that nowhere around here. Might even cut that part out. But sometimes you need that altercation, and that builds a whole different form of relationship with somebody, because now y'all can talk to each other. Yeah. And when you can talk with somebody angrily, then you free to talk about anything. Because that's like a sore spot for us as people. We don't want to be mad at each other, yelling and at each other's throat. We just want to, be peaceful. What's going on? Exactly. And it's some stuff you might even say and not even think you said in the way you said it. Right. Just at the heat of the moment, I don't even like your team, man. And you don't like them because you don't like the colors. You like they players. You just don't like their colors. You ain't not their team friend. And somebody could be like, dang, bro, what did they do to you? Simple stuff like that.
friends and family we talk about here. I know we hadn't done this in the last few weeks, but now I want to invite everybody watching or listening to be able to kind of, you know, be a part of this conversation with us. Tell us what kind of things have affected you from your personal relationship, your work relationship, your relationship within your relationship, and even with your friends and your family. Be able to, we want to talk with you.
Yeah.
We not sitting here to talk to each other. We can do this anytime. I call you tomorrow.
Facts.
But yeah, just be a part of this conversation with us. And then we'll get back to you. We nice people. Yeah, we ain't gonna argue with you. I mean, don't spit on us. But let's roll over in the family.
Yeah.
That one's a little tougher to get into because these people have this like your tribe.
Yeah.
Like these your gang members.
Yeah.
Like these people these your blood.
Yeah.
And that's unless you grew up in such environment where you argue, fight, hug, love, and kiss, it's different for if you've always loved. Because now if there's a discrepancy between me and you and we've never learned how to communicate that way, it's different as a family member to be able to say, hey, look, it's tough. I've never been able to, we've never had this relationship where we said, hey, it's hurt me, hurt my feelings. How would you say to go about starting that conversation?
I can't say that I'm an expert in these things or,
me neither.
Even
That's why
in family, expertise or anything at all. I would assume that's going to be my word to that. I would assume from the outside looking in that you would need to make a comfortable environment. So the same environment that you had when you guys are laughing and joking and having a good time kind of probably needs to be the same environment before you confront this particular issue that somebody offended you or whatever it might be, if that's a possibility. And then once you are in that comfortable environment, you gotta just have bravery. I would assume it's just having that bravery to just say, hey, y'all might be laughing and joking or whatever, but hey, I just want to talk to you about this if you don't mind. Remember last week when you did such and such, man, that kind of broke my heart, to be honest with you. I thought we was bigger than that, when you made fun of me. And of course we just using little simple petty stuff, but for other people this might be, way bigger. I found out this about you and this broke my heart or whatever. So whatever that case might be, you just got to have the bravery enough to actually do it and to say it and just to make that comfortable environment. Once again, if that's possible. I know a lot of people, bro, they don't have the opportunity to have a comfortable environment. And so the only thing you got to lean on once again is Jesus and the boldness that he is giving you on the inside to just be able to say something. But I always think that one thing that we always need to do when we have these conversations that I know for sure is that we need to always assume the best. When you approach somebody, don't approach somebody coming at them, any kind of way just because, you upset and you mad. Well, and it's like, yo, wait a second. I didn't even know we had a problem. And so once again, I think even me and Charles talked about this in one of the things that we're doing on the side, and that is communication. Communication is key. And so when I come at you, you can say, hey, man, this is something that I seen, and I know that you would never intentionally try to hurt me, but this is how this made me feel. And I just wanted to get clarity on what you was trying to say with this. And then give them the opportunity to be honest with you or to even lie to you. Preferably the Holy Spirit gives you that discernment, and you'll be able to know no, that's a lie or this is truth. But when somebody gives you their answer, let it be their answer. And I think that that's definitely one thing that we have to do is that you never need to assume the worst, whether you're a husband, a spouse, a wife, no matter who you are, a friend, never assume the worst about any. If they have done you dirty and it is the worst, still come at it from a situation or from a light. Now, once again, not being passive, but still from a light of that. I just want to assume the best, in this situation. So I definitely think that that is what I would try to do. Create a safe space, be bold, and then, communicate well is what I would try to do.
I like that, Ryan. I like that. Safe space, being bold. I want to test you just a touch here.
Okay.
Just a touch. You got brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
and you the oldest.
Yeah, facts.
You the old man in the bunch.
Yeah.
As siblings, and your situation might be a little different because y'all praise. You know, y'all praise. If you don't know about Ryan family, they praise.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell my man business. But he's grown up in a good home.
Facts.
God-fearing, loving parents. But as siblings, and I didn't really have this issue with my siblings. I mean, maybe once or twice ever I really could ever remember, and I'm much younger than they are.
Yeah.
But as like the older brother, what kind of situations have you ever really had to run into with like your brothers and sisters? Because at some point, as adolescents, some got to take over.
Man, to be honest with you, she gonna kill me for telling the story.
I feel
but I
like
don't
this about
have
Rejoice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like
I don't
this.
have like any major stories, like any serious stories with my siblings. Like that's like anything like, oh, we fell out and we had to like we don't have those stories. But
Yeah.
I do got this one story of my sister.
Uh-oh.
that I'll remember and tell the world for the rest of my life.
Rejoice?
Man, I came in from work. This is when I was in high school again. I came in from working at either CC's or McDonald's. I can't remember which one. I came into work late. Back in my day, now I lived in a Christian home, y'all. So the doors had to be open. We couldn't close our doors in our house. Like it just wasn't that we wasn't doing nothing. That our parents always thought the worst. Thought we was probably watching porn or something crazy like that. It was always something crazy. So we couldn't close the doors in our house. So anyway, I get home. It's probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. So I cut the light on. Of course, my door is open. Her door is open. So all I hear her coming out her room. Cut your light off. Hold on, Rejoice. This is my sister, Rejoice. Hold on, Rejoice. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to take my clothes off. We good. Just hold on for a second. No, I said cut your light off. Now, she get gangster now.
Ain't you the oldest?
I'm the oldest, but Rejoice get gangster on me. I don't know what. Listen to this. Her name is Rejoice.
Hey, man.
She wasn't rejoicing that day. That wasn't that. No. We wasn't doing that. And so I was like, Rejoice, just chill out, calm down. My sister get up out her bed.
Oh, uh-oh.
And said, oh, you gonna cut that light off? Cut my light off and storm in her room. I'm like, bro, what is going on? So I cut my light on. She get back up out the bed. You gonna cut this light off? And start basically just telling me, oh, cut my light off. And so now we getting the fussing. So my dad has to come on the scene and basically yells at my sister, tell her, put her in her place, put her back in the room, and then I'm able to keep the light on in my room, but I shut the door after that. But just shut your door, son. That would be easier for everybody if you just shut your door. I'm just trying to be obedient son, Dad. It's really your fault, parent. If I could shut my door, I wouldn't have got basically cussed out by my sister trying to leave the light on, trying to change my clothes to get in the bed. This is all my dad's fault. Now that I think about it, Rejoice, I'm sorry. But I don't really have a tough story, but my sister went off on me that day.
Hey.
With cutting my light on.
That's
at
a
1
funny
o'clock in the
story.
morning. Don't ever mess with a black woman's sleep. That's what I learned.
Well, couldn't she like
Could she close her door?
cover her head?
Could she cover her head with the blanket?
Yeah.
I'm showing you this clip. I'm sending it to you.
Like
Rejoice.
she knew that you had to like.
She knew it the
You
whole
just came
time.
from work.
Braxton, that's why we friends.
Hey man, I ain't got nothing to say. Ryan always get these stories. I ain't had nothing else to say. I don't even know what to say, and we be through, and that's it. We'll see you next month, and you'll get next month topic when we get the next month. Adios, and good relationships with your Lord.